Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. Today we're going to take a look at Clutch Silica Spray and Punch It Ceramic Detailer from Shine Supply. And yes, I know, I was asking myself the same thing. Another ceramic detailer, another silica spray. Well, one of the two here is actually a little unique. I thought I would share the experience with you today. What you do with that information is completely up to you. With all of these products available these days, it's hard to tell them apart. This one here is a little unique, and we have a vehicle. I pulled it. I made sure at least some of it was in the shade because you want to apply these products in a nice cool area in the shade, but I wanted to show you it can be done outside. The Clutch Silica Spray first. Start wiping it on your vehicle, spray onto the panel or into a towel or microfiber applicator and spread it out. It will look like this. Work your way all the way around the vehicle or wait a minimum of 5 minutes. And this is how the wipe off goes. I thought it would have been a little tough to wipe back off, but this is actually quite easy. So already surprised as you can apply to the whole vehicle and then come back and wipe it off. And they actually mention the longer you have it on there before wiping it off, the better, within a reasonable amount of time. So quite unique there already with the application and removal. And it feels slick as you are removing the product. And I'm sure, just like a lot of silica spray sealants out there or spray coatings, the next 5, 10, 15 days, the slickness and the gloss will only increase. And that is true with polymer sealants as well. I already used it on this entire Explorer. And by the way, this thing is a 2012, has a ton of miles on, and this thing made it look fantastic. Let's switch over to Punch It. Now, this is the ceramic detailer, and this would maybe be what you would use for maintenance for the foundation layer of Clutch, the silica spray that we just put on it. Quick detailer with a little bit of SiO2. So that same way, spray it into an applicator or onto the surface, spread it out. But this here, you immediately wipe it off. And this is just like any other quick detailer. And like any other quick detailer with a little bit of SiO2, it is a little bit more work to wipe off, as I have found out. I swap over to another microfiber, sometimes even a damp microfiber, to wipe it off. So this here would be the booster, and I'm sure you could use it on its own, but probably the best way to use it would be a booster for an existing ceramic coating, adding slickness, gloss, beading, hydrophobic properties, all that jazz. But you would use it quite more frequently than the silica spray, as they just commonly don't last as long when it comes to durability. First person view shows me going over the little area on the edge, the right edge of the hood here, quite frequently to remove some of the high spots or darker streaking from the detailer. It does come off. If you have a damp microfiber, it really works well. Just have a little bit of patience when it comes to the detailer. Feels silky smooth and did nothing to take away from the gloss we already laid down with the Clutch Silica Spray. So yeah, the shop manager, by the way, is not impressed here so far at all. Maybe we can change her mind. Let's continue on. Walking around the vehicle now, I'm going to let it cure. Keep it out of water, free-flowing water, rainfall for the next 24 hours as you would any other SiO2 or silica spray, and give it time to cure. Look how it brought out that gorgeous metallic flake from this cinnamon paint job. The gloss is really, really decent for an older vehicle like this with a lot of miles. Let's put some numbers behind what we're seeing. And those numbers are actually going to be quite high for, again, the year and mileage of the surface of this vehicle. Impressive so far. I'm sure most of that came from the Clutch Silica Spray. Quite honestly, so far, I would lean towards using that the most. But let's get inside, get to the test panel, and we will tape off 2 test areas, apply both of these, and abuse both of them and see how they hold up when it comes to durability. Both of these can be used on their own or as a topper. More so than the other clutch silica spray would be the foundation layer. So let's get both of these applied, let them cure properly, and beat them up a bit. And of course, needless to say, before using both of these, if you want to get the most out of them, a proper wash, decon, clay, iron remover, and at least a cleaner polish if you're not doing paint correction, even if you have to do it by hand, will help you get the most out of this, and these will go a long, long way. Okay, now let's get Punch It, the ceramic detailer. I like how all of the products that I've seen so far, and I've only really played with these two. I think I have a few more from these guys. So how we do it, a lot of individuals ask, how do we pick or choose which products to test? It's 2 ways. To be quite honest and transparent, some are sent here, and some are ordered by my son. Both are received from my son, both ways. My son takes care of all boxes coming in and shipping and receiving from our own product line and others, and he normally just throws them all in a box, so I have no idea which ones he picked out and we paid for or were sent here to be looked at. And I really don't even care, because I'm going to give you my honest opinion either way. And if you don't trust me for that by now, after this long ride we've had so far, then you probably never did, and this isn't the channel for you. All right, let's take a look at these. It's been a couple days since I've gotten back, and they feel smooth and slicker. And you could see with the blocks that the silica spray, the foundation layer, was really slick, and the block just flew off of that with hardly any tilt to the panel. And you can see here, numbers behind. This junk panel is nothing like the surface we were working on the Explorer. This is in terrible shape, and it even has this gleaming with gloss and giving out some nice crisp reflections. We'll introduce heat, take it outside, and that's what we've done here. We drug the panel out here. We'll remove the masking tape and look for the jetting effect. Does it make the section we apply to look darker or richer? It's slight. I'll point out a few areas where I could see the outline where the tape was, but nothing really all that impressive, and I don't know how important that would be to you to begin with. When it comes to water behavior, and the way we have the hood laying, the silica spray, the foundation is on the left and the detailer on the right. The detailer is quite what you would expect from a detailer. The surface tension is much greater, and the contact angle for the water beads much more impressive in the section of the silica spray, which would be clutch. So there's a little bit of a difference, not sure what's showing on camera. Let's move along to the 10 wash test. This is where we have a strip wash combined with a highly alkaline auto wash. And there have been some products that did not make it through this test. So let's move along. By the way, keep an eye on those areas where we introduced the heat. Have they held up? Let me do a few washes, and then I will point those areas out for you. You'll notice on the left side, the clutch silica spray is rejecting the shampoo like the characteristic of a ceramic coating. The detailer on the right, not so much. In those arches where we introduced heat, bottom right and then bottom left, of the test areas, you could see that the heat did a little bit of damage. Not quite full failure that I've seen from other products, but you would expect a little bit more, at least on the left side, from the silica spray. All right, so far so good. 10 wash test, like I said, we have had some fail this test, but no problem so far. We're going to step up aggression, and the only problem we see so far is heat. Let's move along. I'm going to dry off the panel so we can start introducing some more harsher chemicals that will get direct contact with the sealants and not be watered down. Okay, let's start with an all-purpose cleaner. Sometimes I use this one for wheels and frame rails or undercarriages. Does a really good job. Quite strong. Probably up there around 11 or 12 on the pH scale. And that's kind of on the edge of the bookend markers of how these products would protect on the pH scale, anywhere from 2 or 3 up to the highly alkaline 11 or 12 products. Both look like they're putting up a fight. On the left, the clutch silica spray, you can see the outline just from here where it's actually beating the cleaner, which is a good sign. And again, those are characteristics that you'll find in some of the more hardcore ceramic coatings. I did not expect all that much from the Punch It detailer, which is fading out. So let's concentrate more onto the left side, the silica spray, and bring out the sealant killer. Citral 266, we know what this can do in a lot of my other videos. As you spray it on, I'm going to point it out, it is beating rather impressively the Citral 266 from its surrounding areas. Again, more characteristics that you would see from a more concentrated coating. Let's rinse thoroughly, we'll wash, make sure there's no residue, and take a look. Not bad, so far so good. The outer edges are getting tested quite a bit. Let's go another round. We're getting up into the area or level of protection that, again, is close to some of your more concentrated spray coatings or professional coatings or your prosumer version anyway. As we spray in the citral second round, you could still see the outline of the product protecting. This time, though, we are really going to work that cleaner into the protectant, wipe it in there, let it set for a few seconds, and then rinse, wash, and take a look. But you'll see the outline of where the protectant is. So you'll notice it fades slightly, and then it'll go from extreme beating to fast sheeting to slow sheeting, and then fail from there. Not bad at all. I personally lean towards Clutch between the two products. The detailer's not bad, but it just really kind of blends in with the 20,000 other detailers that are available. I'm not sure of the price. I'll put a link down below. You can look into that. If the price is decent, it won't hurt. Clutch is the one I lean towards and would recommend. Now, I did share the pros and cons, the strengths and weaknesses of each product. That's what we do here on the channel. And until we grab the next two, this has been Brian from Apex Detail. Have a good one. We'll catch you in the next video.